There are two essential qualities that an employee must have in order for them to be a valuable member of your team. Those two qualities we're going to talk about today: ability and attitude. I'm Dr. Derek Noble, and welcome to Lead Through Communication, a video series where I partner with you. I become your coach, and I help you to become a better leader by helping you to become a better communicator, because leadership and communication go hand in hand. On today's episode, we're talking about ability and attitude, essential traits of any employee. If an employee is going to be a valuable member of your team, if an employee is going to add to the bottom line and make sure that the workplace is one that is productive and enjoyable, they must possess two qualities. We'll talk about those two qualities. The first quality they have to possess is ability. Ability simply means, can they do the job? You could also call this skill level. Can they do the job well? Are they good at what they do? Doesn't matter what they do or what their job title is. Are they good at it? If they're a custodian, are they a good custodian? If the person is an accountant, are they good at numbers and figures? They've got to have the ability to do the job well. That's the first trait, but it's not the only one. The second trait is a bit more intangible, and that second trait is attitude. Now, while ability means, can they do the job? Attitude is, what is their mindset while they're doing the job? Are they easy to get along with? Do they take direction and instruction very well? Do they have and create drama with their coworkers? Are they willing to learn? If they don't know something, are they willing to admit they don't know, and are they willing to be taught? Attitude not only deals with their mindset, but it also deals with their willingness to be shaped and molded into the type of employee that you need them to be. Now watch this. A great employee will possess both great ability and a great attitude. They have to have both if they're going to be a superstar on your team. If they're going to produce, they've got to have the ability to do the job well, and they have to have the attitude that makes them somebody that other people want to work with. You know that type of employee that people kind of silently rejoice when they hear that the employee's sick? Oh gosh, Sheila's sick, good. She's not coming into the office today. You don't want to have those types of employees on your team, because you know as well as I know, and we're laughing about it, but you know as well as I know that if you tolerate a bad employee, you end up killing the morale of all of your good employees. You have to make sure that your employees have both the ability and the attitude. Now watch this. Let's describe this for a moment. When you have an employee who both has a great ability and great attitude, that employee is what I like to call a superstar employee. This person has great ability, which means they do the job and they do their job well. And on top of that, they have a great attitude. That means they get along well with others. They work well with others. They take instruction. They're willing to learn. They're willing to improve. These are your superstar employees. Now, let me tell you something about superstar employees. Superstar employees are the people you need to trust to train and help you train other employees. You know why you need to trust them? Because they're already good at what they do, and they already have a great attitude. They're superstars, and if a superstar sits on the bench too long, you know what's going to happen. Either they're going to revert back to some of their old ways before they became a superstar, or they're going to go to another team that will recognize the fact that they are a superstar. They'll do the LeBron James, I'm taking my talents elsewhere. And I don't have a problem with that. You need to go where you're appreciated. If you have somebody on your team who has both great attitude and great ability, they're your superstars, and you need to give them more responsibility, and you need to allow them to partner with you to train their coworkers. But the second description I want to give you is an employee who has great ability, but they have a bad attitude. In fact, I want you to do this. I want you to think about all of your employees. Here's your homework assignment. I want you to make a list of all of your employees, or make a list of every employee you supervise. Or let's say you have maybe 200 employees that you supervise. I hope nobody ever has that many employees. But if you have a whole bunch of employees to supervise, you probably won't be able to do this for each employee. So I want you to just narrow it down to the employees who might need the most help from you. I want you to make a list of all of your employees, and I want you to describe each one of them in these terms: attitude and ability. Do they have a great attitude and great ability? Put them in one category. But the second category you're going to put them in is they have great ability but a bad attitude. Now, if they have great ability, which means they can do the job, but they have a bad attitude, this person is not necessarily somebody you want to fire. This person is somebody you want to bring in so that they can have a one-on-one conversation with you. You need to figure out why this person with great ability has a bad attitude. Maybe they have a bad attitude because they're being bullied by one of their coworkers. So maybe it's not really them. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe they have a bad attitude because they've been passed up for promotions in the past and they're bitter about it. Whatever the case may be, you need to have a one-on-one with this person so you can discover why this great ability is not the same as their attitude. So that's what you need to do. So I need you to put those employees in that category. Do you have any employees in that category? Great ability, but poor attitude. They need a one-on-one. Great ability and great attitude, they're superstars. They need you to let them go and do some more things. Here's the third category, though. These are employees who have a great attitude, but poor ability. Do you have anybody on your team like that? Great attitude. They're willing to learn. They're willing to grow. They work well with others. They take instruction. They're just not very good at their job. You have anybody on your team like that? Here's what you need to do for them. This person needs training from you. If they have a great attitude, but they have poor ability, they need some training. Here's the reason why. They could be good at their job. They just don't know how to do their job well. So what they need from you is some training to help them to become better on the job. And watch this. These people, when you tell them, hey, I'm going to send you to some training, I'm going to send you to Dr. Noble, or I'm going to send you somewhere, or I'm going to bring somebody in to do some training with you, this person gets excited. They're like, thank you. You know why they get excited? Because they have a great attitude. They want to learn. They want to improve. They realize that they're not very good at the job. And the fact that you said you want them on your team enough that you're going to give them some training gets them excited. So this person needs training from you. Great attitude, poor ability, but they can be taught and they can be brought up to the point of being a superstar. They already have a great attitude. If you train them, eventually they'll have great ability. Are you starting to see that the goal here is to move everybody to that category of great ability and great attitude? That's your job as the leader. Your job as the coach is to turn your team into a team of superstars. But there's one fourth and final category. The first category was employees who have great ability and great attitude. They're superstars. Second category was employees who have great ability but poor attitude. They need a one-on-one with you. Third category was they have a great attitude, but they have poor ability. They need some training. But the fourth and final category is this. And if you've been following along, you guessed it. The final category is this: poor attitude and poor ability. I mean, not only can this person not do the job well, but their attitude stinks. They don't get along with people. They create drama in the workplace. Nobody wants to work with them. Let me ask you a simple question about employees in this category. First of all, do you have any employees in this category? Bad attitude and terrible ability. They can't do the job and their attitude stinks. I have one simple question for you. If they're in this category, why do they have a job with you in the first place? If they're in this category, now I will say this, I think any employee can be rehabbed or improved, but this final category is the only person that I'm ever going to fire. I'm not one to fire people. I'm one to train people and have one-on-ones with people and give them more responsibility so they want to be a part of the team. But the only person I ever consider firing is the person with the bad attitude and the bad ability. If they can't do the job and their attitude stinks, they have no place on my team. And watch this, if I don't get rid of them, I'm going to kill the morale of the other people on the team. You've got to get rid of these folks. So look at the people in that category and ask yourself, why are they still on my payroll? That's a question you have to answer for yourself. I can't answer that one for you, but I can help you ask the question. Thank you for following me and listening to this one. I want you to be sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on this channel. Also follow me on social media. I'm all over the place. Dr. Derek Noble. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Or if you need some more in-depth coaching, feel free to reach out to me on any of those platforms. I would love to partner with you as a leader or even come in as a trainer and work with you in your workforce. My job is to help take your leadership and your communication to their next levels of excellence.